bring doesn't allow you to bring talent in without permission at $3,000 or more. Okay? If you're going to get a big name talent, it's going to be more than $3,000. And I'm talking about a huge name. It's going to be more than $3,000. So if they don't allow you to bring it and they don't bring that person in, then that hurts the business. Big event is $5,000. So you have a little bit more flexibility. $2,000 is a lot of money to play with. So maybe Legends of the Ring, maybe Legends needs to up their threshold to $5,000. Because if they don't, then their fear is that our guys will outshine their guys.
Well, just look at this. Just look at this point. Who's to say who got somebody at what price? I could be friends with somebody and done business with them 20 times,
right?
And I can get a guy for say $1,000,
and
then if you call him, he's $5,000. You know, just hypothetically speaking, you don't know how much you guys get paid.
You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. But here's the problem:
if I call up
Terrence and James know.
Bret Hart, it's like no.
Right.
Right. It's like what I'm saying is like if I call Bret Hart up, then I get him for a better price than what they do because I used him 10 times, whatever. So how do they know how much I paid for them? They don't know.
They don't know. They're going to assume market price, and they're going to say no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
You know, and well, it's not bullshit. I mean, look, they want to have control over their event, and I get that.
Yes, but I get that.
To turn down a vendor that could potentially make or break your convention and draw 600-700 people, you know, I don't know why they would say no.
I don't know why either.
I've been asking that for 2 years now. You know, since you ran into that problem with Bret Hart. So
also, here's another thing, and this has been talked about multiple times, and then they just seem like they don't want to do anything about it. Why put a cap at 500? Why don't you let people wait in line and
Well, they do.
Killer runs all day.
When Edge was there last.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Joe. It wasn't a matter of a cap at 500. What they do is general admission tickets, they stop selling when they hit 500. If people still show up, they will sell general admission tickets at the door because they know by then people have already left. So they don't have to worry about an occupancy level that becomes a fire code. That's why they do it. There's only a certain amount of people allowed in that room at one time. If you got 600 people in that room, that's not including vendors, and that's not including talent. That becomes a fire hazard issue. So the commission could come in and shut them down. Then they'd lose a ton of money. So if they cap off 500, let's say the safety occupancy level for that room is 650. So that means they can't have more than 650 people. So if they sell 500 tickets and there's 150 people combined between talent and vendors, they're okay. But some of those people already have left by the time stragglers come up to the door to buy general admission tickets walking up. So that I understand. I do understand that. What is it? Hello. What is that, Mason? Oh, jeez.
Is he saying hi to you guys?
I said hi. Hi. That's Mason, right? Hi, Mason.
That's Noah.
Noah? I didn't know he knew how to say hi yet.
Yeah. Kevin, say hi.
Hi. So the only thing I can hope, you know, I'm not going to be at the October show. You know, I got prior commitments that month. So, you know, I'm hoping that some of this conversation has been taken to heart and it translates into better business for everybody. That would be best case scenario. If it doesn't, worst case scenario, it remains the same, and then each his own. But I can tell you right now, there's like 5 vendors that don't want to do October's show. At least 5 vendors. Hi.
Well, I again, I don't have anybody booked for October, but if I don't get the guests that I want on for October, and I don't think I can make money there, I won't do the show either.
Well, that's, again, there's 5 confirmed that said they don't want to do the show in October. And that's bad. That's bad. That's potential of 10 plus talents that aren't going to be brought in now. That's not good. That's not good for business for anybody.
Yeah.
So, if you're 6, that's 12 to 15 plus that won't be there. And June was supposed to be their strong shows because in years past, June is their strong show, and
October has always been the weakest.
Right. So now
October is always the weakest.
You got to come back in October. You got to bounce back like a champ.
Like
you got to come off the mat.
You got to come back
fighting. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I mean, if you look at it like right now, if you go to Big Event's Facebook page, there's been 9 guests announced for Big Event in November. 9.
Mine being one of them.
Okay, 9. April 2019's WrestleCon, there's been 8 guests announced. Granted, 5 of them are from the same person.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, but again, you know how many vendor talents have been announced for Legends of the Ring? 0.
0.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
Considering that on my, how Facebook tells you about, last year, your memories and stuff. Last year, I've already announced all my talent for Big Event and Legends of the Ring 3 weeks ago. This time last year.
Actually 2 years ago today, I announced my talent for Legends for October 2 years ago. That's when I had Chrissy Hemme, Brooklyn Brawler, and Adam Rose.
Okay. But again, 0. And you can't wait until 2 weeks before the convention to add one of your headliners and 2 other guys. They added RVD, Smothers, and Little Guido 2 weeks before the convention. You can't do that. And you can't have...
And that was to complete the super ticket.
Right, but they said they were adding 2 names. They added 3 names. And the reason why they added 3 names is because Harley Race canceled 3 weeks prior, and they never made an announcement until the day before. You can't do that.
Oh, God.
You can't do that.
No, you don't.
Because they didn't want people to cancel. They didn't want people to cancel their super tickets and want money back. You can't do that. You're misleading customers. And customers don't like that. And that's why they're not coming out in drones anymore. They're just tired of it. Here's another one. Lucky 13 cannot make Legends of the Ring due to prior commitments. That's another vendor not coming. That's ridiculous. Obviously prior commitments are prior commitments. I have prior commitments as well. But I don't think I would have did it anyway. The last 4 shows have been subpar, and they've gotten worse and worse and worse every show, to the point where vendors were staring at each other in that freaking room, trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, after 1 o'clock in there was a ghost town.
And here's the sad part.
I was packed up and done with business by 1 o'clock.
Listen to this. This is the sad part. Okay, I had Raven in the car. Raven himself said, "Where are we going?" He goes, "We going to that Crown Plaza stuff?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's the same place." I said, "It's called the Ramada now." He's like, "Oh, all right, cool." He's like, "We'll be done by 12:30, right?" Now here's a guy that hasn't been here in 3 years that knows that the convention's dead by 12:30. How bad is that?
Oh, God. That's pretty bad.
I understand you can't bring in talent. Like Enzo Amore, $7,000. He's smoking crack. Big Cass is rumored to be about $5,000, if not a little bit less. He must be sharing the same pipe. So there's no way that I expect him to go out and spend $12,000 on two dummies that had a cup of coffee with WWE. I don't expect that. But, the Don Muraccos, the Rick Martells, the Bull Nakanos, let's see, who else can they bring in? We named it before. Just obscure guys that haven't been there in a while. Like, reach out to these people, make an offer, do something, show us. If you're gonna post stuff on Facebook, show us that. Say, hey, this is just in from the Legends of the Ring team. We're reaching out to Don Muraco in hopes of bringing him to the convention in October or June, whenever this one happens to be. Wish us luck. I'd rather that than crickets. Absolute crickets waiting for them to announce 3 guests, and 2 weeks before the show, they announced 3 guests that aren't worth a cup of coffee. So that I have a problem with. And again, I expressed this to James. James was understanding. I have no issues with James. I don't have any issues with Terrence other than the misleading posts and the way he talks to people, which maybe he's toned it down a little. I don't know. I really don't know, but I just know what I've seen.
I like Terrence. I think Terrence is a great guy, but I don't know if he'll change.
Somebody just sent me a message saying One Man Gang. One Man Gang's been around. All right, maybe he hasn't been at Legends in a while, but he's been a big event plenty of times, and he's at WrestleCon. He's always at WrestleCon. So you got to remember the next upcoming shows is October and November, and One Man Gang's a pain in the ass too because he travels with his wife. So you got to if you're gonna fly them in, you got to buy 2 flights. If not, they'll drive, but they're from like Utah or something, aren't they? I think they're from Utah. So
I don't know.
That becomes a pain in the ass. So it would be great. They bring in One Man Gang. Oh, he's Louisiana. I'm sorry, he's from Louisiana. So so if he drives here from Louisiana, that's an 18-hour ride. That him, who's not in great physical condition, comes in with his wife. So now you got to pay, for travel expenses of driving, which I just did the drive to Louisiana back and forth. We spent legitimately $400 in gas. So if you're gonna fly them, you got to fly the both of them, and you're gonna have to fly him first class because he's a big dude. He don't fit in coach seats.
Nope.
So.
And that man's a 400-pound big boy.
Yeah, so he's not going to fit in a coach seat. So now you're talking $3,000 in airfare between the two of them. That's a huge investment just for the flight.
No, you'll never make your money back.
Not at the current way things have been going. Pedro Morales. I think he's local to the New York, New Jersey area. I understand he's in bad health, he's in a wheelchair or whatever, but he's a guy that hasn't really been around in a very, very long time. So he might be an option that somebody
in at least 4 years.
Yeah, somebody can reach out to. There's plenty of talent out there. Just wheeling out the same people over and over again. Also, some of these people, you know what? Everybody had jokes when I used to bring in indie wrestlers, 2014, 15, 16. Everybody had jokes. Why are you bringing these people in? Why are you bringing in the Sue Youngs? Why are you bringing in the Twisted Sisters? Oh, why are you bringing in Casey Spinelli? You're not going to make any money. All of a sudden now everybody wants to bring in independent wrestlers. Everybody. Taylor Hendricks. Scarlett Boudreaux. Everybody wants to bring these people in now. Jessica Havoc. Because they make money. They're on TV. Whether it's previously with mainstream or ROH or any of these companies that do streaming. Okay? Casey Spinelli, Sue Young, now on Impact Wrestling. Okay, so I'm not saying I invented the damn idea, but I like how everybody used to laugh at me, but now everybody does it. So, whatever. Want to call me a trendsetter? That's fine. But people need to look into that. If you want to bring in, you want